happens with live streaming on uh, on YouTube. It just cuts off the signal and that's it. On Kick, besides being able to live stream horizontally, which you just saw that I can't do on YouTube. Whenever there's interruption, they'll start playing clips, past clips or whatever, and then it'll come back on. So I hope some of you people, if and when it goes to Kick, you will go along with me. We'll go to Kick with me, guys. Promise me. But I will send YouTube too. Don't worry, I'll be loyal to YouTube. Going to Kick is just going to be trying to broaden my channel, and I don't know, it's kind of a financial thing too. They pay better. Eventually, if you get what's the word? I forget what the word is. Basically, if you get a stamp, you get a. Basically, in YouTube they call it monetized, but they call it something else different in Kick. So I think I figured out how I'm gonna do. Be the cheapest route. I just gotta think of how to get a hotspot. I think a hotspot on my from my regular phone or something is buy another cell phone. And I saw a phone that I'm probably gonna get. That's gonna be not too expensive. And just have a hotspot from my T-Mobile right now, which isn't the best signal from what I noticed when I watch some of my live streams. The picture quality doesn't come out the best, but hey, that's the best I could do for now till I can figure out how to fix my signal or another thing. So if this live streaming thing becomes a thing where it's profitable and something, if it does, then I'll have to figure something for the live streaming. I'm not gonna say what. Ooh, those tires look bald, my friend. It's a nice lifter. You don't see too many of these anymore. I'll show you. It's a Blazer, guys. Look at those tires, man. God dang, dude. I grew up with these. I always wanted one of these. But his tires are a little wore out unevenly. It's nice, man. That's what I always wanted, man. Sweet. Get off the road. Yeah, I want to go over there. There was a girl that wanted to kill me that lives on the street. Yeah, no, seriously. She was, I think, a 7th grader. She wanted to have me killed, executed. She wanted to have me killed, executed, gangster style, by her boyfriend and her thug drug dealing friends. Yeah. Oh yeah, that girl, man. Yeah, she put a hit on me, man. Seriously, man. What was it? I don't remember. I think I was in the. Was I in the 10th grade or 11th grade? I don't remember. I was either 10th grade or 11th grade. Yeah. I was having a bad day, guys. I was having a bad day. And I wanted to skip a football practice. And there's a reason why I had to skip football practice. Got into it with my football coach. Just that even made it worse, on top of the reason why I was having a shitty day. And then, so I just left. I left class, which was 6th period or whatever. So I just walked over and the buses were out there. So I just got in the bus and sat on a seat. So school ends and people are coming out to the buses and they're sitting down and people go, ooh, 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 what the fuck? So then this girl, little tiny little girl, she comes out, nah! Oh, hell no, you didn't. Oh, hell no, you didn't. Tell me you didn't do that. And no, started shaking her head and doing hand clapping and everything, started making a big old deal and stuff. I said, all right, well, I just moved over and I'm gonna sit down. Do you want the window seat or you gonna sit here? No, I want your fat ass to sit down and move up my fucking shit. All this shit, that's her seat and everything, and made a big fucking deal when the seat next in front of us was empty or she could sit next to me. Big old fucking deal, because that was her seat on the bus. I'm like, okay, since when was this your seat on your bus? Since when were you assigned on this seat on the bus? Since when is your name on this seat on the bus? Since when did your mama pay for this seat on the bus? I mean, I was just asking her these things like simple, you know, and she's going off and on and on, and I'm a beaner, and I should go work at Taco Bell. It was laughing and shit and everything. Yada, 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 going off and on and on and on and on. Then I just told her, shut the fuck up, you fucking dumbass fucking bitch. That's all I told her to fucking do, because I was getting tired of it. Oh, all right. Good. I've only been here for what? A week or whatever? Because it was beginning of school, but I said. I'm going to get somebody's ass kicked. You're going to get your ass beat. You're going to get your ass beat. You're going to get all this stuff. Okay, whatever. Fine, bitch. But for now, just sit down and shut the fuck up. Because you ain't going to do it. Because she wasn't going to do it, that's for sure. So the next day I go to football practice. And we don't take the regular bus. The regular bus would drop me off here on top of the hill. Actually, they would pick me up at the bottom of the hill. Yeah, I was already in high school, so it'd pick up on this my street. It would pick me up at the bottom of the hill. It would drop me off here, so I didn't have to walk up the hill or at any time anymore. And the other times I would have to walk up the hill or whatever. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I had to walk from way over there, the elementary school by the trolley station. So, Mike, my buddy from school, he was on the football team. We're walking together, and we run into a girl that was walking, where she got dropped off, or she was walking home or something. He said, "Oh my God!" She ran up to me and she touched me and she hugged me. And this girl was actually kind of like an enemy half the time. Like, I used to fight with her on the bus, but she hugged me. "Oh my God, you're still alive!" I'm like, "What do you mean? You don't know?" I'm like, "No, what?" "Dude, that girl, dude. Her boyfriend, they're waiting for me at the fucking corner over there. They're waiting for me in their lowrider. There was 2 cars with a bunch of guys got out. They're waiting outside their cars for me to get off the bus. They're gonna fucking beat the shit and kill me, actually. There was word that they had a hit on me. Literally, because this guy was a neighborhood drug kingpin or something, somewhere, one of the hoods around here somewhere. I don't know exactly here, but he did have that reputation. No, it wasn't a weird for what one actually had me killed, because that's what I'm saying, dude. The guy showed up. I didn't know that, but I guess it didn't happen because I went to football practice the next day. So yeah. Yeah, that's what happened.
Someone's got a friend over there.
What is it? A rabbit or what?
Friend.
What kind of friend?
A husky.
Huh?
A husky rabbit.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm telling Chad today, that one girl from up that hill over there, one that had me assassinated. They're waiting for me with their lowriders, waiting for me to get off the school bus. But I went to football practice the next day because I was sitting in her seat. That's why.
Why are you sitting in her seat?
Because it was open and we didn't have segregated seats.
That wasn't your seat. It was hers.
Oh, it was her. Oh, I'm sorry. Carlos says it was her seat. He knows the.
You know the rules.
Fuck, dude. I'm sorry. Goddamn, dude. Fucking white Aryan motherfucker. You are. Fucking A. What's this coming on over here? I should know the rules, man. God damn it. Fuck, dude. American meal motherfucker over here. Oh, that's a cute one, dude. It's a brown one. Those are the ones I like. The light brown ones. It's a light brown husky.
Is that your friend too?
Anyways, who's talking right now? Peekaboo. Oh, nah, man. I was the first thinking maybe it was her weird way of flirting with you. She called her hermano and his, nah, it was no hermano. It was like, these were bloods, man. They're gonna fucking shoot me up, man. Peekaboo says, what's up, Carlos? What's up, Kuma? You're too tired to bark at me now?
The house, it's his house. Not here, you're just part of the pack.
Okay. Well, I did my walk. My leg's a little shaky now. I'm gonna drink some water. Alright, guys. We'll do it again in the afternoon. Or at night when I can see the lights in the canyon. And that was my walk, guys. It was a nice little walk and warm up. I feel good, actually. I felt loosened up. I'll pick up this gallon from yesterday.
Next time you need to take Rigel.
Alright. We'll take them in the afternoon or what? Or you guys will take them out right now? Okay. My dad should take that inside. It's gonna get wet. What's up, Gucci? Even if it was her assigned seat, you didn't know it was her honest mistake, then it would be... Dude, it was childish. Like I said, she was a ninth grader, you know, and like I said, I had a shitty day. I got in on the bus early, open seating everywhere, so I sat down in the seat. I didn't sit all the way in the back where the cool kids sat in the back. And I explained to her, do you know that your ancestors were forced to sit in the back of a bus? They had to sit in the back of the bus, and here you are wanting to fight me because I'm sitting on a seat somewhere that you aren't allowed to sit anywhere else. You're doing the exact same thing that people were forcing your people, and possibly my people too, you know? Just, people are just ignorant, dude. She wanted me killed, so like I said, this girl was this guy's piece of ass, so sure enough, this guy was gonna commit a fucking felony at least. By getting my ass fucking kicked, or fucking, pretty much the word was out. The word was out that it was a hit for me, because people in school knew, because she was telling everybody, oh, they're gonna kill him, they're gonna kill him. And then we're in class, like a day or two later, we're in graphics school. That's where we used to make silk screen shirts and stuff like that, photography and stuff. And then there was another girl in there from another hood, and we were talking about that. I was telling the guys, because we're all like different guys in that classroom. And then she's all, that was you? Oh my God, hell no, I'm gonna talk to her. She can't be killing you. Yeah, man, she did. I mean, the guys didn't believe, because then those other girls like agreeing to what I was saying, that there was a hit put on me. I'm like, nah, dog, really? What do you call that? They said, Holmes. Hey, Holmes, nah, that's for real? I guess so, man. Well, she's saying right now, she don't ride my bus. She don't let my, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. I'm gonna tell that. No, you're cool, man. You're a good guy, man. I'm all, really, for that? Just for the seat, man? She's stupid, man. She's stupid. That's what I said, man. If she would have been cool, I could have moved, but I didn't have to move. She could have sat next to me. That was the whole thing, you know. She just thought she was entitled to sit the whole seat by herself. Which brings me another thing that happened yesterday on the bus. I'm disabled. I have a walking stick, but I still get up for women. I get up for pregnant women. I get up for women with kids and disabled people and elderly people in that section of the bus or the trolley. There was a guy that cut me off to get on the bus. He walks in and gets up on the seats for the disabled. Not only does he sits there, but then he puts his leg up like a couch. And I look at him, so I stumbled over. And I sat in the other seat across from him. And I get my backpack off and I put it between my legs on the ground and my walking stick there. No consideration, man. I'm serious. Not making things racial, but Jesus Christ, man. Some people just have no manners. Go ahead, buddy. I know you had to go. he had to go. Yeah, yeah. Homegirl had her boyfriend and his gang ready to have. Yeah. So she was scared because this is what they were hearing. That yeah, poor little Oso was gonna get blasted, man. Isn't that crazy? Can't make this shit up, man. I gotta bring my stand now. I need some water, hydrate. And I'm not drinking a Monster Mustang, by the way. I asked for a ghost. He said I could get a ghost after I walked, and I came straight home. I felt kind of bad. I felt like I disrupted something in the backyard. They're in the honeymoon stage right now. He just got back from New Jersey. He was working over there. His last job. He just got back this weekend, and he just told me that he turned in his paperwork, and that's it, man. Once that paperwork goes through, he's retired. So good for him. I'm happy for him. Hopefully it goes through. He starts getting his pension and his Social Security and everything, and he can start enjoying his retirement before he's 62. Good for him. I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy for my friend. I'm not a hater, dude. I'm happy for people to do better and get better things in life. I really am. Oh, this thing's tight. There we go. This better be tight than loose, right? The only bad thing about this, I have to hold the nut. Hold the nut. Or it's gonna like fly off and right on my deck. And it's gonna fall between the cracks. Yeah, see? This right here. I love this thing because it's light. And I'll show it off right now once I oh, you go. Hold on, guys. So I have all this stuff now. I found this. Now I can put this to this with this here. I can adjust, you know, I adjust this here. So this nut falls off of this. So I have to be careful. Yeah, you know what? I probably would have had to fight him one-on-one. I mean, it was probably a big. I heard he was a big buff dude, but you know, if I had to fight somebody, you know, they call me the bear for a reason. Being a defensive lineman, offensive lineman, a tackle basically, and being on the wrestling team, that's where I got my name. The big bad also. My move with the bear hug and a slam. It's a heavyweight. That was my only move. That was it. It's a heavyweight. Basically, who fell on top of who first was the win. The winner was true. So, just get the upper hand on the guy. You know, we lock up and just grab the guy at the waist and pick him up off the ground and just scoop him and just slam him sideways. Or if I got lucky, I could land on top of him and all my weight. He land on his back and my weight on top. That's it, dude. Just got him behind the head, pin him. That was it. It was over. I wish we had cameras back then. That would have been awesome. That poor kid from San Diego, I beat his ass bad. He wouldn't give up, man. He wouldn't give up. There was a nasty move when you got somebody on their stomach and stuff, and you want them to like move their head or whatever, so you can like put your arm around them and stuff and kind of flip them over and stuff. So like they tell you to keep your head down, right? So what you do, you back the back of their head. And you kind of like start moving without really grabbing their hair or anything. You just kind of with the back of their neck or head or something with you hook your wrist, but your hands open, right, without grabbing their hair. And you start grinding their face and their nose. You like put pressure on the mat and you start grinding their face. So they pick up their face, right? And then what happens? You grab their neck real quick and kind of like start like tying them up so you can flip them over, right? It's not jiu-jitsu, it's wrestling. Right, and then they don't do that is what they have you do cross faces. As long as you don't bring your elbow all the way back, it's got to be parallel. You like land with your forearm, cross faces, like. You're supposed to use your shoulder, but you use part of your cross faces. And wham! I was whacking them, dude. Whack, 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 whack. And then he'd go back to his fence. Crack, 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 crack. Then he just finally says, "Fuck it, dude." He gave up, and I just rolled them over after I slammed them. Fuck that poor kid up, man. Yeah. I remember when I got him, I picked him up because he was underweight. Actually, he should have actually been a light. And I was like, I even then I didn't make the fuel heavyweight either, but I was 200. He was probably under 200, but the max weight was like 240 something. So I never got that heavy back then in high school. Anyways, I got my ass kicked a lot though by the real heavyweights because they're like been wrestling for like all 3-4 years and they're full on athletes, you know. So I was just JV. But when I wrestled guys like that, you know, I was the advantage. I was bigger and stronger. But like I said, in wrestling, it's a lot of skill too. It's not just strength, and that's what I learned. Anyways. These days, though, I don't know. But for me, I feel like if a situation can't be talked out of squash, it has to come to fighting. Then have to be as fair one, take a shake up and squash it after. Yeah, you know, but unfortunately, that's what I really see is this whole thing where they gang up on one guy, or like if they start a one on one and then they'll like be a guy or two, they'll jump in and start, you know, like oh sucker punch the guy or something. All these videos I watch on Instagram or whatever, it doesn't even piss me off anymore because it's like it's just a regular thing. That's their mentality. That's kids' mentality now. You know, it's like fuck, dude. So it's like for me, I'd just rather walk away, man. I rather they call me a pussy. I look like a pussy, but I'm gonna be a pussy to live another day. I don't care. Those are just words to me. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, I agree. You know, it sucks that they call your mom of some names, your wife, your old lady. It's better to like, hey, have respect and fight for her honor. But I mean, is it worth? I mean, I see a lot of videos. I just saw one this morning where they're beating on this guy. They're beating, and I knew exactly what he was doing. He's reaching down like this. He's taking a beating. They're at a fast food joint. It was ooh ooh oh ooh ooh. You know, they're all cheering on with their phones. You know, trying to get a shot of it. And all he's doing is going like this with his hand. He's like this. He's against the wall. He's beating on me. Bam 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 bam. He's like this with his. And I'm watching that hand, right? I'm watching that hand. As soon as they clear up, he comes to that hand. And bam, 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 bam. You never know. You never know who's caring anymore, you know? That's why I said I'd rather just walk away. I can't, I mean, and then since my stroke now, dude, I can't run away. I can't run away, you know? So I just rather just, hey, man, it's like, hey. But there is some people that just are so heated, you know? I mean, dude, I don't know how old you are. I know how old I am. I remember when I was young, I get that testosterone, man, pinches huevos, thinking they're the fucking size of King Kong, and like you get so hot, like, you know, like a pinche gallito, you have to fight and shit. Now I'm older, I'm like, hey, man, it's just like, hey, just chill, man. It's like this, yeah, if you have to, okay, it's gonna happen. All right, fuck it, dude, just bring it. I'm gonna bring it, but I'm disabled, you know. It's I'm gonna have to protect myself, really, and I'm gonna protect myself the best I can. In my mentality, I'm not even gonna say that out loud. I'm just, hey man, I'm an old man. I'm disabled. I don't want no beef. I'm gonna make sure I made that point clear, out loud. I'm not gonna yell. I'm just make sure that person hear it and the witnesses hear it. I'm disabled. I got no beef with you. I apologize. Whatever I did, I'm sorry. Seriously, I'm just, and I'm guarded, guys. By the way, always be guarded. Always have your hands up. Always have your hands up. Most of the time, most people are right-handed, so always have that fucking hand up. Always like have it up, have like you know your right hand up here somehow, like rather than here, and have your left hand up, so you don't get fucking hit from the side with that right hand. You can always block it. Seriously, I learned that. I've learned that from martial arts. I've learned that from professionals. I'm not saying I'm a fighter. I just the hits that I've taken, or the hints that I've taken in the past and stuff. But anyways, what I'm saying It's just best. I learned that from a teacher. If I find that book, I'm gonna read that book from you guys. It's actually a book um, about martial arts, but it's actually the 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 psychological side of it and stuff, where you just draw a circle, and nobody come to your circle. So if somebody moves up, you move back. So that circle where people can't reach you, that bubble above, around you, below you, they can't come in contact. So always be moving, be aware of your surroundings, so you're not come to that point where like, oh shit, your back's against the wall, and then you have to fight. So try to avoid that. When it happens, man. That walking stick, I've learned, and I got to train a little better how to use it eventually. Let's see. But at the same time, some of the two on ones who film everything will say they don't believe in snitching, which is confusing. But they're snitching, putting those videos up on online, right? Peekaboo sees. I don't feel like it makes someone weak or scared to say, "Hey, I don't want the problems." As a matter of fact, it takes a whole lot of maturity to just walk away. Well, it does, but I mean, regardless, it's gonna make you live another day. That's the way I look at it. Life is too precious and too short at my age. I got too much to lose, and my son's got a lot more to lose. Like I said, once that little boy was born, and especially when I held that little boy, that baby in my arms, it changed my whole. It changed everything, guy. The way I think, the way I speak, everything in my life just changed. Everything about me was not about me anymore. Everything was about that little boy now. So road rages and talking about shit and none of that, bro. None of that. Even my four pieces of chicken, two of them were for him. After he finishes food, he comes sit down next to me. Hey, daddy, is that my chicken? Instead of saying, "Hey, daddy, can I have that piece of chicken?" I'm like, "Yeah, go wash your manos, go wash your hands." So and get a plato. So he go up there, wash his hands and his face after he finished eating his chicken, and he grab his plate, sit next to me, and then he wanted the drumstick, but he'd grab a wing. I said, "No, no, no, grab the leg. That's what you want." And he looked at me, "Yeah, grab the leg. You have the grab the leg, all happy." And I grabbed the leg wing. He's like, "All right, you'd be happy." That's what it is, man. That's we see with animals. I mean, out here, guys, you see the birds, you see the hawks and the falcons. They go and get catch prey and they bring it to a nest. They make sure they're younglings. They eat first. The cat that we had over there, she brings food for her kitten. It's just in our nature to take care of our youngs. It's an instinct that we have, guys. That's why I never understand when a human being walks away from a child or doesn't want a child after they have a child. Because it's an instinct that we have to want to protect and raise that thing that came from us. Yeah. Something to live for is family. Especially when it's your own, man. It's a different feeling, man. I mean, it's one thing having parents. It's one thing having siblings, which I never had. I never had brothers and sisters, so I don't know what that's like. I don't know. I can't explain it. I don't know. I always I don't know. I'm always like I don't wonder anymore. I just kind of like okay. Having nieces and nephews, kind of like it's like that would be like kind of like having kids. But now that I have my own, it's kind of like, okay, well, I understand now. My Carlos, he's happy for me. He sees it in me. He sees the difference in me and stuff. No, my son does not speak Espanol. He speaks Cebuano, which is their dialect because they're from Cebu. He yet doesn't speak Tagalog yet. They will eventually teach him when he gets to high school, I believe. My older one, they're teaching him in Tagalog already in elementary. In third and fourth grade, they start teaching them Tagalog because that's their national language. But they teach them English first. Since they're in Cebu, They learn their natural language first, or their dialect, which is Cebuano, which is part of the Visayas and the islands down there in the middle. Cebuano as their dialect, and then they start learning English, and then so they'll know three languages at least and stuff. And some actually learn four or five languages because they learn Korean or some Chinese, Japanese. Some learn Arabic and stuff like real like well. So that's what I tell them too. Is to start learning other languages too, because you'll probably be working abroad, and there's good money in being a translator. Well, I'm gonna get another water. I'm gonna get my inhaler because my throat and my here. All right, back guys. Yeah, I don't know where the hell it went. I was looking for my battery charger. Oh well. Oh, all right, brothers and sisters. Happy New Year. Oh, right on, man. You're lucky. Yes, I hear people complain, but I mean, dude, come on, man. I cannot love having brothers and sisters, growing up, or especially when you get older. I know people though that don't get along with their brothers and sisters and never talk as they get old. I think that's the saddest thing ever. I don't know. Like I said, it's got to be something really, really bad. I have a friend. Actually, I reached out to his wife to get his number too, and because her husband doesn't really talk to me anymore. I talked about that before. I don't know. I've given up already. But if you ever does call me or sends me a message, I'll respond. I won't be an ass. He must have his reasons why he don't talk to me. What they are and what it is, I don't know. But I was looking for a battery charger. What's up, Gucci? You got chicken already, dude. You gotta wait for Grandpa to give you the hot. No, I give you chicken. You get a hot dog later. Oh man. Sydney Court. It's a strong inhaler. She took me off the Albuterol, which wasn't really doing anything. I had to take 5, 6 pumps at a time. Right away, it clears it up. See, I can hear. You guys can hear me better. I really think it has to do with all that fiberglass stuff I was around. It gets in your lungs and it just like festers and it just starts going deeper and deeper in your lungs. I was tested. I never asked the doctor. I'll ask her again. Just the judge. Oh no, you don't have asthma. I didn't say I had asthma. I didn't say they were checking for asthma. I said I have something wrong with my lungs and they're checking it out. They just want to dismiss everything. That's right. I gotta go in the. Ah, damn! I didn't. That's what I forgot to do yesterday. I was in such a rush to get home. I'll call them again, man. They don't respond. I have to call my the back specialist and get like paperwork about my MRI the detail was wrong with my back. Charlie Kirk security is chief sues
I want you to
canvas.
fail, and I want you to get up and do it again. The same thing in life is the same thing here. If you can do this, you can do anything. Right now, you're 5% away from being a champion.
Quitting is a habit. If you quit the first time you run into difficulties, you'll always quit when the going gets rough. You will, in effect.
It's true, man. It's easy to quit, guys. Ah, man. I was like that a couple days ago, man.
Is to win.
I was pretty down, but
failure. You have to take it that
it takes a
far.
couple times.
Nobody wants you to go that far. It's too scary. But you know something? I got news for you. That's where winning is. It always has been. I want you to fail.
That's right, Pika.
Get up and do it again.
Sorry, let me change that. You're right, man. It takes just a call. I want to call this guy. I haven't talked to him in years. Just say hi. You know, even his brother. I won't bother his brother. His brother's been really like just distant throughout the years. He's changed and like just it doesn't take much of a hint. You know what I mean? I mean, he was throwing hints that people that he was real close to, like he just didn't want anything to do with them, and he'll tell me why and tell me things like people were jealous of him and of his success and about I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't sound like that person. That doesn't sound like that person. And I would make sure to tell him I was real proud of him with his success, but I don't know. I'll just do that. Oh my god, dude. I'm so sick of hearing that guy. Yeah, I heard something about that. I heard something like yesterday, but I was too tired. There's something going on with the currencies right now, and it was talking about the yen in Japan. So let's see what they have to say. Let me know if it's too loud. By the way, I'll turn it down even. It's YouTube time, guys. Skip the ad.
The world is on fire, and nobody is looking where it really matters. Every headline.
No, let's not turn it down. There we go.
Screams about the Middle East, chaos, and global fear. The media wants you glued to the Strait of Hormuz and the rising price of oil. But it's a lie, a distraction. The real story is in Japan. In 2024, after 17 years, the planet's biggest creditor ended its era of free money. The engine of the global economy is sputtering in Tokyo. And if you have a mortgage, a savings account, or a 401k, you're in the crosshairs. Chapter 1, the demographic black hole. On the surface, Japan looks like it's already living in the future, a place where tech giants dominate the world stage. Robots share the streets with people. AI predicts what will come next, and entire cities run smarter, cleaner, and faster than anywhere else. But look past the distractions.
Yeah, I heard they released it makes no sense, but I mean, they took him in. It had nothing to do with him. The Alistair Black guy, dude, could be a great thing. The Wyatt Six, even since his brother came back and took over Uncle Howdy, they didn't know what to do with them, so they released that whole bunch. They released Alistair, they released Vega. Yeah, it's like, dude, they just got too many, man. It's like, it's like, so it makes me wonder, it's like, what are they gonna do with Mexico once, like, like, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's like sometimes it works against them. Getting too big, it's not a good thing, I think it was you that said competition is good, and it's true. Competition is good, even though I don't like AEW really, I don't really watch it. It's a good thing to have competition. I mean, it raises the standard of things, and the standard hasn't been as great. I don't watch it. I haven't watched it. I just watch, whatever clips come on, and basically it's the dirt rap sheets, talking about it. That new people, who did they add lately? Who recently have they recently? I know they added Ben Housing. I've been watching him. I know they added the big strong brother, Uba Inu, whatever his name is. I don't know his name. And he retired Brock Lesnar. Do you know why he retired? Actually, he wasn't supposed to retire that day, but he did it on his own terms. Because I guess Hunter's pissed off because he wanted him to retire to Hunter. Not Hunter. Gunther. He wanted Gunther because he's promoting Gunther, and he didn't want to do that, so that's why he unexpectedly did that there on the. He did it on his own terms. So Aleister Black and Selena Vega could have worked with Andrew Orton, which I heard that was going to be their plan, but it didn't happen. That's insane. Why?
Numbers. That's where Japan's deepest, darkest, most disturbing secrets lie. The demographic death spiral. Because in 2006, Japan's population officially said approximately 122.6 million people. That might sound like a lot, but in 2010 it was even higher, 128 million to be precise. Since the late 2000s, Japan has been on a steady
By the way,
unrelenting
man, somebody
decline.
else came on
It's
today
losing
again
around half a
under
million
some
people from its
Indian
population
name, telling me
every
I'm their
single
best
year.
friend.
That's like the city of Atlanta
Okay, I go
vanishing
with
every
it.
12 months.
Then
To
if
make
they're a
matters worse,
doctor,
Japan also has the highest proportion
tell
of
me their
elderly
name and then
citizens
tell me
anywhere
their
in the
wife's
world.
names.
In
Like, what's
2014,
your wife's
close to
name?
26% of the
Dude,
population was over
I don't
65.
say those things,
By
man.
2022, that increased
Yesterday,
to more
exactly
than
the same
29%.
question, and then
The
after that, they
population
asked
is
if I have a
getting
Second
older, while
Amendment.
the birth rate is
I'm
hitting
all,
its
dude.
lowest level in more
Okay,
than a
friend,
century. Fewer and
forever.
fewer people are choosing to start families. Birth rates
Okay,
are
friend,
falling.
forever.
Meanwhile,
See
the
you
number
never again, friend,
I
forever.
kept seeing other crypto traders online saying how much they love Kraken and how fast it is. So I finally decided to give
86
it a
into
go.
the shadow
Their
realm
onboarding is super
of
simple
YouTube.
and fast. They have a lot of quick options to fund your account.
Okay, anyways,
The
I'm
fees
sorry,
are
I'm
low,
losing.
the transactions are as fast as people were saying. And you can
Karine
find over
Sane leaving was
275
confusing
different
since she's been in the
cryptocurrencies on
storyline
InterTrade.
with
Stop delaying your
Asuka
crypto journey
Inoue
and join
and
Kraken
Rhea
today.
Ripley. Yeah. CB says hi. How you doing, CB? Welcome aboard.
This week in San Diego,
I
we're
heard
teaching
Les's
everyday
daughter is
investors about a
considering joining.
rules-based
Yeah, that's what you
investing
told me
methodology
before.
to protect and grow their
Sometime later this year.
portfolios
Right
during
on. That'll
market
be
shifts.
interesting.
Inside this
That'll be
workshop,
interesting how
you'll
they bring
learn
her up.
you
If they
don't
let
need
her
to be
bring
a
her up the
Wall Street
ranks,
professional
or
to
they're gonna
trade like one.
straight in bring her
Instead
in
of
as
getting a finance
Lesnar's
degree,
daughter
what
and
if
try to,
you can figure out when
carry
and
off
where Wall
that, or
Street
just
institutions
let her build
are
a character
buying
of her own. You know what I
and
mean?
selling? It's all about locating
You
their
know, we'll see what
financial
happens. You know,
footprints.
it's like
And that's
the
exactly
thing with the
what we'll
Rock's
talk
daughter. I
about
hope that
in our
doesn't,
free
like,
workshop. It's a true
set the tone
breakthrough
for her
for
either.
knowing when to buy
Let
and
her
sell
like be her
stocks
own.
with
You know, I think
confidence and low
she
risk.
might have
Over the last
potential.
25
That
years,
she was
we've taught this
athletic, but
approach
who
to
knows?
over
You know, that could work for you or against you. We don't
250,000
know.
students
It all is going
across
to
the
depend
world
on
with a
the
94%
character,
student
their
satisfaction rate.
charisma,
Our
and their
talented
potential,
instructors
what they
come from a
have to
variety of
make that
backgrounds,
work, right?
including former hedge fund
You know, she's gonna
managers,
start with
floor
NXT
traders,
obviously first,
brokers, and more. These
except
people
for
know what they're talking about.
what's
Not
his name?
only
He
will
got
you
thrown in
begin
right
learning
in
how
there,
to
but I
mirror
guess
Wall
because
Street's
because
trades,
he
but
he
you'll
had
also
training
learn
him.
about
His dad
strategies
was
for growing a retirement
what's his name?
portfolio in a variety of market conditions. How professionals profit when
Goddamn,
stocks
dude.
are falling.
Why, dude?
When to
That's what
buy
happens
and
to
when
me.
to
Ray's
sell
son,
based on a strategy and a plan. How to protect
Dominic.
your investments
Sorry.
against inflation. Ways to take low risk trades
Do I remember
using
Dean
leverage.
Malenko? Yeah, I remember
and
Dean
so much
Malenko.
more.
His daughter recently signed with WWE. Her name's Maria Malenko. Okay, well, that'd be cool. That'd be cool to watch. And yeah, I was the one that said that to come to just. Yeah, I remember you saying that. To keep everyone producing their best product.
The number of people of working age keeps
Speaking
shrinking.
of, I
It's
know that
reached
you
the
were
point
into
where
like
now
wrestling.
there are
I
2
saw
deaths
an
in
ad
Japan
come
for
up
every
on
birth. That
YouTube
is a
for
problem
Noah.
for a lot of reasons.
That a couple
Especially for
wrestlers
the
from
economy.
New
Every year
Japan,
that these
or
trends
yeah,
continue,
New Japan,
Japan's tax
are
base
going over there.
disappears
Like
bit by
well-known
bit.
names.
With
One
more
of them, I forget.
retirees,
I don't know their names
fewer
honestly,
families, and fewer
but I
people
know he's
paying
been
taxes,
with All
Japan's
Japan for a
financial
while.
foundations
They're
are
going to
starting to
Noah.
crack. But the Bank of Japan
Some
saw
guys.
this problem coming,
Um,
and they acted.
I'm kind of bummed out actually that hijo de Dr. Wagner, dude, he's awesome actually. I don't know if you ever watched him, dude. He's pretty good, man. I mean, he's got his own style. I mean, the only thing is that he uses his dad's name, but I mean, he on his own, his mask is really nice. He went to Noah. He was actually the champ there, dude. He was awesome, dude. And he's been like in NXT and AAA. So I say, well, when they bought AAA, I'm like, oh, because he avoided going to NXT, and he made it public. Yeah, I don't want to go NXT. I went to AAA, and so I don't know. I haven't heard too much about it, but they debuted him on NXT. I don't know if you knew that. Check him out, man. He's pretty good, especially when he was in Noah. Oh, it was awesome. Good matches. Also, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s niece, Zoe Hines, recently signed. Oh, okay. That's a lineage right there, man. Hey, come on, turn on. Okay, Dr. Wagner. I've seen some of them though. Okay, yeah, dude. I miss my cousin too. My cousin's the only person I talked to wrestling. He moved back here to San Diego. Him and his dad and his older brother. But he's real busy, and I don't know if they have I don't know if they have Wi-Fi, has internet, and I don't think he has much on his phone, or how even has a phone with America. They moved from Tijuana. They moved over here legally, by the way. Just any people wondering before they start throwing the ice comments. I have some people throw the ice comments. They try trolling me with that, and I'm like, okay, dude, I think it's funny. They're like, oh, okay. I said, well, now give me a like and subscribe, and I win them that way. Like I said, trolls are always welcome here, guys. Trolls welcome. Just, dude, don't get weird, guys. Don't get weird with those questions asking if I own the Second Amendment, or what's your wife's name, or what's your real name, or what's your social security, or what's your address, or what's your favorite kind of ice cream. Just trying to find out, fishing for passwords. I don't use those for passwords. Or what's your birthday, or what's your wife's birthday, or things like that, guys. Or what platform you use for crypto. Motherfuckers, man. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but yeah, dude. Little, little. Did I? If I pronounce this, give me a one. If I pronounce this correct, give me a two. If I pronounce it wrong. Little Yaki. Recently signed with WWE, and yeah, I saw the new Japanese wrestler debut. With W. Oh, really? Who is the new Japanese wrestler? If you don't mind me asking. Homeless, topless. This guy's so sad, man. Only Use Me Blade is a streamer. He used to be a gamer back in the day, like a well-known gamer, and he went to streaming. He's one of the original, but he's a full-on, like, heavy alcoholic. And he actually just recently this year, or late last year, lost his toes, but he didn't tell nobody. He's been such a bad alcoholic, and he's a diabetic, type 2 diabetic. He had like back he was known to have like ulcers on his leg, like open wounds that he wasn't taken care of, and they're infected, dude. Like they're nasty, dude. Anyways, I won't get in details. They got healed because he had luckily friends and the caring chat and a girlfriend, a nice, sweet, adult, mature girlfriend that he messed it up with. She got tired of his shit. Helped him heal up, and he quit drinking for a while. He cleaned up, but his streaming career went nowhere. That he started doing that. Hey, I'm drinking, and whenever they tip money, he'll drink. So his alcohol, his drink of choice, is Jägermeister. He drinks the bottles. So he'll drink it 2-3 bottles before he like fucking goes in a coma, which literally could happen and does happen to diabetics. You go to sleep, you pass out. That's because you go in diabetic coma. But you can permanently go into coma if your sugar gets that high, super high, which does with alcohol for a diabetic. He lost some toes, and he's dude. His mother kicked him out of the house. He finagled something. I think he's in the Washington area because he's a Seattle fan. He was living somewhere else. He moved back to the Washington area, I believe, taking care of his mom as a official caretaker for the state. He was getting paid by the state to take care of his mom. But he'd go out when she fall asleep. He'd go get blasted at a bar, buy alcohol, be out seriously. Yeah. Then she had an emergency. Oh, dude, it's like all kinds of shit, guys. I mean, yeah, it's sad. I don't feel sorry for him. It's sad that people around him that care have to suffer, and that's what I mean with addicts and alcoholics. That's what happens to people. Oh, so it's pronounced Yoti. Yeah, there you go. See, sorry. Apologize to the to the wrestler. The new Japanese wrestler NW is named Evil. He wrestled Evil. Okay, we'll look at. Did he wrestle under that name, or was he a different name in New Japan? Let me watch what it says. My neighbor's wife's gonna help me with something when she comes back from work. Okay. That was so funny yesterday, guys. I did that live stream because people know me. I know that's gonna happen. People came on, but everyone was behaving. Some guy was trolling me or doing something. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm like, don't worry about it, man. I'll explain everything. No, I don't want the ad. No, I don't want the ad. The top 10 moves of evil. The diving lariat. Okay. I think I've seen this dude before. Yeah, I've seen this dude before. Okay, cool. I hope they use him well. I hope they don't become like a gimmick, like eventually Suzuka, that's how they start using them kind of as a little gimmick too, They didn't know what to do and start using them as a tag team and shit, which wasn't bad, alright, but they start making, gimmicks of them. Even like Tajiri, it was funny, but the guy was way more talented than, making him like a little like, joke with what's his name? Regal, you know what I'm saying? Regal was retired now. That's no problem him doing the comedy skit. Regal was great in doing the comedy stuff, he wasn't wrestling anymore, so it didn't matter. He's retired. Oh, Regal's crying. He cries when he hears sirens. Anyways, I don't hear that boring stuff at the end. Try this, Delta, da 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 da. Entitled woman forces her way onto a plane and refuses to pay for baggage. Nah, dude. Life is good upcoming. Notify me. I haven't watched one of Ugly's live stream. Ugly's a guy that retired from working a paper mill somewhere. I get it wrong, but whatever. He retired. He lived off a trailer, but he's got a home. I don't know his personal life, if he was married, divorced, has kids or not. But he moved to the Philippines, moved to Angeles City right away. Had a YouTube channel or started in the process when he was moving, but started blogging, and he's reformatted his channel quite a few times till the present now. He's got a wife. They had a baby, and they just moved from Angeles to Dumaguete. And hey, God bless him, dude. If he's happy, he's happy. That's all I'm gonna say, Ugly. Right, Ugly? Cheers to you, buddy. That's what life's about, dude. Retire and be happy, dude. If that makes you happy, God bless you. That's what I wish I was doing, bro. I was doing it. It wasn't easy. It was a little bit of a struggle, but I was doing it with my family at least. Now we're together. We're healthy. That's all that mattered. Oh, this is the movie, dude. This freaking movie, guys. I reckon this movie, because this is based on true story. See if they say the name of the movie on this, because I don't know the name of the movie, and I'll talk about it.
Iron Beam,
Let me turn down the volume. So this movie is based on what happened in 2008, I believe, when the banks started going downhill. There was a crash because basically all these mortgage companies were offering like these insane mortgages and insurance and whatever on people that had no business getting these loans. They just like, oh, okay, yeah, go ahead, and they're based on variable rates, so the rate varies. Like it can go up and it can go down. Yeah, it can go down, guys. And they just went up and up and up. So these guys went from paying, a couple thousand here in San Diego to 3,000 to 4,000 to then when it was going to go to 5,000 within a couple years, and people just started like. But it wasn't just happening here in San Diego, California. It was happening all over the country. Those people like like their boat homes. Like yeah, people are getting like homes on the lakes or on whatever in the water, like in Florida, and like they're just like houses after houses after house, like just everywhere, empty and stuff. So yeah, there was a panic and shit, and like it was because people were manipulating the stocks and shit. They were playing back. Yeah, dude. It's like I've watched it like at least once. I couldn't understand what exactly how they're doing it, but somebody figured it out. Like this guy at a firm, and he bet against it, and he made some money, but I guess not as much as he should have made. He should have actually technically made billions. I still don't understand the movie. I'm gonna name the name of the movie. The name of the actor is called. I don't even remember his name, guys. I hate when I do this shit. Loyaki sometimes goes da da da. Okay, true. As long as you're happy and healthy, that's what's exactly, dude. He's got his health. Okay, Mike Henry says also side WWE. Then you shake hand. Oh, good for him. Oh, it's a draw. They're not showing the movie. They don't get a copyright strike. See what he's saying at least.
Then, in November 2025, he did something strange. He shut Scion down entirely. He deregistered the fund, liquidated his traditional equity portfolio, and a few weeks later launched a paid Substack called Cassandra Unchained. He charges $39 a month or $379 a year, and the subscriber base has grown to over 240,000 people. What that actually means is huge. For the first time in his career, Burry is not legally required to file his trades with the SEC on a delayed basis. He's publishing them himself in real time with his full reasoning attached. And on April 10th, 2026, he published one of his most important trading posts yet. 4 trades in a single day. And they tell a very specific story about where Burry thinks this market is headed. Let's go through them one by one. Trade number 1 is the big one. Burry bought more puts on Nvidia. Specifically, January 2027 strike 115 puts at $3.30 per contract. On top of an existing position of January 2027 strike 100 puts from earlier. With Nvidia trading near $188 that day, these puts require the stock to fall more than 40% by January 2027 to go intrinsically in the money. That is an aggressive, high-conviction short position on the single most loved stock in the entire market. But here's what makes this interesting. Burry's thesis isn't just AI is a bubble. It's much more specific than that. He calls it supply-side gluttony. And the core of the argument is something called the depreciation problem. Here's how it works. When a company like Meta, Google, Microsoft, or Amazon buys Nvidia chips, they put those chips on their balance sheet as a long-term asset. And they spread the cost of that asset out over the useful life of the chip. In 2020, these companies were generally assuming their server hardware would last about 3 years. By 2025, they had quietly extended that assumption to 5.5, sometimes 6 years, which means their reported profits go up, their apparent return on capital goes up, and the stocks go up. Except there is a massive contradiction sitting in plain sight. Nvidia itself is releasing a brand new architecture every single year. Hopper, then Blackwell Ultra, then Vera Rubin in 2026, then Vera Rubin Ultra in 2027. Jensen Huang, Nvidia's CEO, openly joked that he is the chief revenue destroyer, because every new chip makes the previous one functionally obsolete. So the hyperscalers are depreciating hardware over 6 years that the company selling them admits becomes outdated in less than 2. Burry calls this one of the more common frauds of the modern era, and compares it directly to the accounting scandals that blew up WorldCom in 2002. Then there's the lead time paradox.
Everyone points to NVIDIA's 12-month order backlog as evidence of infinite demand. Burry says that's backwards. If you knew you could buy the product with no wait in 12 months, you wouldn't get on a 12-month waitlist. The waitlist exists because hyperscalers are placing orders 4 to 7 years in advance to match data center construction timelines, not because manufacturing is permanently choked. And the cracks are starting to show. OEMs are already announcing broad availability of Blackwell Ultra, which is the exact shift Burry
Thing
predicted.
is, dude,
His historical parallel.
we're asking for a lot of stuff in advance, man, before we can even produce it. ¿Y eso?
Dice el gringo, you told me.
You
Y son, mira,
pisaste ácido o algo. You must have stepped in
no,
something.
aquí salí. En lo que salí las pinches piedras, mira. Que salí al carro, luego me metí a agarrar no sé qué chingados. Y empecé a sentir que tenía piedras, por eso te pregunté que si no habías visto piedras.
No, because I stepped on the asphalt too. Look at my shoes.
Pero, sí, no,
I got a nail. Una techuela.
Según te ponchaste. Pero mira, son estos también.
That's weird.
Y los otros que uso siempre ya tienen 7 años y estos culeros son más nuevos, mira. Mira.
Yeah, you were showing me that yesterday. I couldn't get it. I thought they were just ripped up, but nah. No, algo descayó. Un líquido descayó. Destruyó.
Miren nomás de aquí, allí. Ahí luego en cuanto salí al carro sentí que
Pero algo antes tal vez descayó and it's overtime. Está, toma tiempo.
otro par como los que uso.
Ajá.
En Nueva York me pasó lo mismo en la pinche suela. En Nueva York.
There's gotta be some kind of chemical
Y
reaction.
aquellos le dije al
Okay,
médico,
lo
ponle
que
tacones.
te estoy diciendo, there's gotta be some kind of chemical reaction en el material que hicieron. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Sí.
Okay, porque cuando hacen plásticos usan aceite y otras cosas
Bueno.
para hacer esa cosa, como pipa, ¿me entiendes? So maybe it wasn't done right, it didn't cure right.
Allá,
Y
en la
se-
fábrica.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It didn't cure right. O sea, no usaron exactamente
sí.
amount de
Sí.
los químicos que tienen que hacer para hacerlo, pues so it cures right.
Ya.
Para hacerse duro. Por eso deshace.
De estos zapatos,
Como pan, ¿me entiendes?
De 5
Ya.
más 2 paso por esto.
Como cuando haces masa. Si no haces exactamente cómo se hace, se va a deshacer. Va a estar muy aguada o, ¿me entiendes? That's what I'm trying to say. There you go, guys. I fixed it. My dad's shoe, he was showing me, the soles of his shoes, like, literally, like, just fell apart. Like, seriously. He said he just stepped outside the house and, like, we have rocks. And, like, dude, they just, just fell apart. Like, what the fuck? And he was asking my shoes because I said, well, maybe you stepped in that. No, this is like, and then he said another pair. I said, oh, okay. Well, I just explained to him because of the same brand. I said, well, that's probably what happened when they made wherever that stuff's made, the material to make the soles. When they were making them, they didn't use something, the chemical wasn't done properly. His son is on NXT. I wonder the same thing about AAA so far. I think AAA has been doing good with them, but WWE has an even larger roster now, and it will be used. Yeah, I know, but they've been doing the right thing with I believe with AAA, kind of like what they've been doing with NXT. You know, where they let it do its own thing, or TNA even also. You know, I don't know if they're even actually true owners of TNA. They're partners actually. That's what they are too. So I think they're treating TNA the same thing. They own it, but I guess the main guy is the Undertaker. I believe he's the main guy running it, just like not Triple H, but the Heartbreak Kid. What's his name, anyways? He runs NXT, excuse me. But AAA, you know, it's like it's bought American rings and whatever, but they're letting it be AAA, and that's what I was worried that they're gonna totally like change it. And no, you know, they just had it lights and the cameras. You know, they made it more, you know, American style looking, but it's still TNA. You know, I mean AAA. God dang it, in AAA. Same thing with TNA, I guess. Yeah, but they let the wrestlers cross over and stuff. Kind of like what AEW was doing, right? For a while. I thought that was good too for TNA, you know. I mean, I give credit to TNA. I never really got into it either, but a lot of good wrestlers were there too, have been there, and are still there. They go through there, but I don't know. I'm just a WWE guy, but I don't really follow it as much as I used to. I'm just loyal because I guess WWF. That's where I was from. But the old stuff, I really don't watch it as much as I used to, but I mostly watch the old stuff that I used to watch when I was a kid on YouTube from the 70s and 80s, the territories. Now I really gotta find my charger, guys, because I don't know where we're gonna have to end this. Because I don't want to be indoors. It's a nice day today. I don't know where the heck I put it. It's not here. It's in the couch. I fell asleep on the couch again. Passed out, laying down. Oh, did it fall over here? No. Oh, there it is right here. I bet you it's not charged. Oh, 100%. Right on. Okay, we're going back outside, guys. Oh. See, I told you guys I couldn't do that a couple of days ago, but the CBD helps me. It still hurts, but I'm flexible. That's the difference. CBD and THC helps somehow. It gives, the vertebrae flexibility. And that's what I asked for. That's why I was asking the doctor yesterday, what can I take for pain when the pain becomes too much? She said tramadol. So if I got the okay from her. Now, 2 doctors said naproxen? No. And actually, this doctor specifically said never. Should never. Okay, that's a never. That's okay. Just like they told me, I should never take ibuprofen ever again. Just like I should never ever take aspirin ever again. Just like I told myself I should never really take alcohol ever again. To help with aches and pains. And just like I don't really take Vicodin. I don't like it the last time I took one, man. It was weird, dude. Ever since my stroke, everything's just like not the same, guys. Everything's like a whole different sensation, a whole different. Some things that I used to like really enjoy aren't as enjoyable, or they're just different. It could be anything from foods to like reading. I used to like read a lot, and I don't have the. Oh, my nose is still itchy, guys. I'm dry. It's not hairs because I already cut them with the trimmer. It's not boogies because I cleaned them out when I showered. Okay, let's see. Sorry, Pika. I should go to the chat over here. I keep up with the chat. Sorry, guys. Let's see. I gotta turn it down though. Okay, so let's go to. Sorry, buddy. I remember one time I was running around Walmart with my sobrinos and sobrinas, and the shoe ripped off. That's happened, man. That's why I learned not to run with flip flops or sandals or anything like that, because that's what's gonna happen. I don't run around anymore, obviously, but I can't. This is really hard. My left side doesn't move like the same or as fast to keep up. I'll end up falling. Actually, it's not funny. It hurts. It hurts to fall now. All right. Let's see. Shawn Michaels. Yeah, you're right. I forget his name, dude. Okay. And let's the chat over here, pendejo. As long as you're happy, health, that's what matters. Real Sun. Okay. I thought maybe AAA was gonna change to their name NXT Latino America once. No. They kept it the same. The only thing is from AAA to AAA. That's all. That's the only thing that's changed. And the colors, I think. Then they changed the colors. The red, white, and blue on it, kind of. That's the only thing. It's still the same. It's okay. They kept it the same. The rings just like got like Americanized, but like to the standard of WWE. So when they have the WWE wrestlers there, they're but the crowds are the same, the seating is all the same, the fencing, um, just the lighting got different, for the cameras, and they put it on YouTube, every week. That's cool. That's smart. That's how I think they used to do NXT that way before, to promote it. Now they don't. Now they want you to on the apps, or I mean, that was okay with on the app. Whatever it's on anymore. I don't know what it's on. What app? But I don't pay those apps anymore. I did have the NXT or whatever when it was free or whatever, and then I don't know. It is what it is. Oh, it was on because I used to watch the Premier League, so I used to have on Peacock. Yeah, and then they got out of that too, and then I quit watching because they're on so early the matches, and they don't have replays right away. They might have the replay 2 weeks later. They might. They might not have that same game. Like they won't show that game like a couple hours later. They'll be on like 4 in the morning. It's like sometimes too early. And for you guys don't know, Premier League is the British league, the Premier League of British football, which is soccer. But it's the main league of all the leagues in Europe. That's the Premier League. That's above the. Sorry, Spain League. Sorry, Italy League. Sorry, French League. I still hold the Premier League up here of all those leagues. They're all still great leagues, by the way. But the Premier League, in my opinion. All right. I remember at one point, I think WWE's plan was with NXT was to make mini NXT territories around the world. So yeah, they were thinking of that, and it was a big flop. And I thought it was cool. The English one, I like that actually. Then they just brought all those British wrestlers and then used them up, and I don't even know they have any more. They had that one dude, and I remember him. He had the long hair, and they didn't know what to do with him once he came up to WWE. But he was still okay in NXT. He had the tattoo of I think it was a grizzly bear. It was pretty cool on his kneecap. I don't know his name. They even used him as like one time they used him as like a Irish mobster or a British mobster, and he's Irish, I believe, isn't he? Okay, my buddy Carlos sent me a picture. Right. They kept the colors in Rey Mysterio's one of the announcers because Conan is out. Yeah, dude. He's a diabetic, bro. He's got like his kidneys are in bad shape. I think he's on dialysis. That's why he's withering away, dude. That's what happens with people on my dad says se están pudriendo. You start to waste away. If you live that long, either you live long enough. my buddy just sent me a picture. Here's the coyote, guys, on the front yard across the street. That's the coyote, guys. It looks like a German Shepherd, but that's the coyote in the neighbor's front yard. That's where the little girl plays right there because they have a swing. A little bit to the left from that picture, there's a swing on that tree. I'm gonna go check it out, see if the coyote's there. I'll take you guys with me. That is insane, dude. Not insane. We're used to it. I just tell them be careful. Let's see. Oy, oy, oy. I said it still hurts, but it's like it doesn't matter if it hurts. I can move around. I can do that walk. So hopefully that stuff lasts for the rest of the year. I mean, the rest of the month. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. No, it's gone. Han, don't go outside, Han. Oh, that's right. I don't have a Filipino wife with me here. God, she's overprotective, dude. That's a good thing, though. She loves her husband. But she's, like, so overprotective, dude. It's like... I thought that was it right there as a tree trunk. Yeah, dude, he cruises out there, man. Oh, I gotta hold on here. I don't fall down the stair, though. Gotta watch where I'm going. Oh, yeah, there's my dad's, like, shoes. They start falling apart, dude. Oh, my God. It's like... A superhero, dude, or those movies where like the building or the superheroes like starts falling apart. Look at that. He's like, yeah. He's all like probably walking in the house. Oh, my shoes. Ah. Dude, look at that shit, dude. That sucks, dude. Look at that, shit. Ay, ay, ay. Oh well, he's got other pairs of shoes. Yeah, so anyways, he was out there. He was out there, right? Under that tree. And they got like a swing on that tree, and that's where the little girls. There is. I think you can see. I don't know if you can see the swing right there. There's the swing right there. And it usually comes when the heli comes running around the curve, or from there over there, it's in there, across their yard, or down, and then goes over down, or just up those houses up there. But I don't see they used to have cats sometimes in their front yards over there, up there, and I don't see no more kitties anywhere. My cat always stayed in the back. He knew if I see him in the front yard, he'd run because he knew he was in trouble if I see him in the front yard. When he got older, he didn't give a shit no more. He wouldn't go anywhere though. He just would look at me like, all right, dude, come on. I'll let him open the door and he'd go in the house. Yeah, I think my buddy's right, man. They're so ahead of the schedule that, or maybe that's it. Maybe, no, I think they'll still do like the rest of it. But that's it, man. They did this. They knocked it out, man. What'd they start on Monday? Today's Friday. They took the day off. They're so far ahead of schedule. They got a 3-day weekend out of it. Right on, man. They did a good job, man. So the next thing, they've been rolling it. That's what they're doing yesterday. Sometimes the cars will haul ass, man. They're just like, shoo. But they'll never put speed bumps here because my neighbor said that they asked about it. And since this is a major road, they won't do that because, like, for emergency vehicles, this is the road they'll use. The fire engines, the ambulances, the cops, they'll use this coming from the major highway that goes off the freeway. They'll go up this one to go wherever they have to go, over the hill, back to those neighborhoods, or wherever they have to cut off. Is that coyote friendly? Well, I don't know, dude. I don't get close enough to know, by the way. I don't know. I'm not gonna get close enough to pet it, bro. As long as it doesn't look like it has the rabies or gets close to my. They used to come to my backyard, man. Back in the day, back when I still lived in LA, my mom used to tell me that at nighttime, every night, and my dogs, start barking and shit. And then at that time, my mom had a Chihuahua, and she was an aggressive little bitch. I ended up winning that dog, though. That dog was a little bitch at first. I won her over. Anyways, I'll show you guys in a minute. Power's almost out. That's right. It's low. So hopefully I make it to plug it in. Oh, I'm almost dead, guys. Hopefully I make it. Okay, we're right back. So, this is my backyard. I have to carry the charger. Oh. So there's my back fence, right? And then my yard goes back. All that fence back there. A little bit past that big tall pine tree. My property goes there with the other houses built up there. You'll see a white fence there. That's Carlos's property there. There are those stairs. And then that shed right there, but the white fence right there Goes all the way across, up, past this house here. Past this house right up here where that big old tree's at right there. So anyways, we'll walk down there in a minute. The coyotes, you want to say coyotes. Oh, you left me a gift, Goliath. I'll pick it up in a minute. They used to have one that would come all the way here to the gate. And the Chihuahua used to come here, rah, 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 like, you know, they're waiting for it to come so they could snatch it. But they had one one coyote here. They have another one halfway, and the rest of them be up there. There'd be a pack of them up on top of the hill. And yes, you see toy trucks, by the way, there. I'll explain that later. They used to do that to bring the female, or one of them, whatever, to lure a dog away so they could get it away from the house. They're smart. Now I just see one. Before, sometimes I would see one or two or three be hanging out there at dusk or in the middle of the night when I used to come home. And yeah, like late at night, like 2, 3 in the morning. And I see them like run across the street and go up, you know, because they're going to go in the canyon and stuff. But now, like the last decade or so, they've been coming daytime, but I only see one, which is that one. I'll only see one daytime. They don't care no more. They don't wait till night. So that tells me only one thing, that the prey has gotten real low down in the canyons, or they're just getting too used to, like in LA, they're getting too used to us. You know, they're integrating. That's been happening in LA. I don't know if you guys been hearing that. Having problems where they're actually attacking people, like at the parks and shit. Yeah. But anyways, they would go. I throw rocks at them and bottles and shit, and they just wouldn't fucking scatter. I'd get up there and start chasing them, but they only would scatter a certain distance. They wouldn't go. And one day something had to happen, and it finally took care of it. They learned. I'll leave it at that. They learned. They've never been back. They never been back this close. Then by that time, like I said, houses got built. Like there was always a house over there. One of those, like, but never houses like here, like so many cluttered together. Like it was an open lot, both right behind the house and down the bottom. They built 2 houses actually there. And then like same thing over there, like built more houses. Now there's property. Like we're like the only couple houses now, like over there on that street. That's what I showed you earlier on the other live stream earlier. You'll see it where I walk by. That's the house right behind it. They sold that land, or they built the same land owners, whatever. They're gonna build another house because that house they're renting, because it was a rental. Next to it, the garage, they made it to a studio. Because it would say, hey, do not disturb the tenant over here at the studio. Come over here to this door and knock over here. So who was living there, they moved out. Because they had an entertainment center that I wanted. But Carlos wouldn't help me because his wife told him that, hey, I know the neighbor's there. It's not free because it doesn't say free. Okay, it's been there for like a week. And like I knocked on the door and nobody lives there. And I've asked the neighbors and they say they don't know. But, you know, Carlos didn't want to go there with his truck and help me pick it up. But oh well. One day I'll have a nice entertainment center for my TV. And it was a nice one, actually. It wasn't like those funky 1980s, 90s, like fake wood grain. No, this actually was a nice one that looks like almost like a fireplace, but it wasn't the fireplace ones. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. I mean, that's something that could be always done here with this. And that's what I tell people, that the people that want to buy my property. Well, we don't buy your property. Oh, there you go. And then when they came here and looked at it, oh, this and that. Okay, well, you're not buying the house, bro. You're buying the property. That's what you guys offered. The property is not that much. The house is worth that much. The property is worth more. So this is why I'm asking, or that's what I'm asking. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not asking. You guys came to me that you want to buy. I said, this is what's going to cost for me to get off my ass off the couch and give you the fucking deed and the keys to this area here. And I'm not changing anything. It's like, is that is? You know, so. Oh, but we'll pay for this. Well, yeah, you're going to pay for this. You're going to pay for that. But you're going to pay me first what I want. Other than that, I ain't going anywhere. So I'm actually thinking, like, dude, it's fucking rentals. I mean, you have to, like, have to get a rental, what do you call it? Um, Property manager company that takes care of everything for you. You just have to pay into it out of the rent. Would you ever want coyotes, lobos, or zorros as mascotas? If I didn't have other pets, like, if somehow it became something, where it was a rescue or something, sure. But you gotta realize, dude, they're wild animals, man. I mean, especially if they came from the wild. If it's something that you raised since it was like tiny little thing, it might be different. Same people that have wild cats. And yeah, I'm not talking about even lions and tigers or anything like that. Oh my. Even people that have bears. I'm talking about people that have even the small cats, man. They can turn on you. People that have like bobcats and shit. I think that'd be a cool fucking animal to have. But I mean, they could always turn around and just fillet you, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Wild exotic animals would be cool, but like I said, it's a lot of responsibility. I see videos like that where people have them and they integrate with dogs and cats because dogs and cats are great. But what if it turns around one day and like decides to eat, eat your dog and your cat? It's the same thing. Those people that have babies doing that have snakes and shit, dude. That snake can get out, man, one day. You're not paying attention. It's just even the same people that have pit bulls and stuff, dude. And I don't blame the pit bull again, man. It's just it's like the liability of what could happen. That's what I'm saying. Any dog could bite you. Any dog could ever turn on you. If it does, it does. But most likely it won't. But I'm saying what it could do compared to another breed. So a fucking Chihuahua compared to like a Rottweiler, which I do love Rottweilers. I always wanted a Rottweiler. But from what I've learned about Rottweilers and what they could do, you know, and then also Rottweilers end up being just like a one person kind of dog, like Chow Chows. You know what I'm saying? What if it decides to bite my dad or a neighbor or one of my nephews or nieces that come over with my aunts one day? You know what I mean? Compared to my Chihuahua that doesn't like kids. He hates kids. So he runs away. He'll go hide. That's it. That's how my dog takes care of it. And I'll tell the kid, no, leave him alone. He doesn't like kids, so I go put him in a bedroom, as opposed to one of the bigger dogs, and they're gonna want to, play with the kid till the kid like steps on it or grabs its ears or something. And the dog like reacts and just bites the kid. You know what I mean? And ends up being a bad bite or something in the cheek out of reaction. I'm just saying, man. The liability. Man, this has been a big peachy grasshopper. Has been eating my. At least he's eating this plant, this tree right here. Not eating my chilies, but he's a liability. So if I see him, and he's gonna be around somewhere, I'm gonna fucking off with his head. I'm gonna Allah Akbar him. That's how I get rid of those things. Right on the spot. Those things are weird, man. When you kill that thing, dude, this big long black thing comes out, bro. It looks weird. Yeah, it's strange. It's like an alien. If Princess, I think, would be cool. And yeah, same thing. I wouldn't want to sneak out and crawl away. Because it's happened, man. My Burmese, it was nice. I used to fall asleep with it on me. It'd be cool. And one time I was moving, dude, and it just like grabbed my neck for like a second. Like, oh, I felt that pressure. Right? It was just wanted to move, so it just grabbed on to move, but it just like squeezed like I froze and it just let go. I just grabbed it like and I moved. I'm like, hey, come on. It just taught me something. And he was cool, man. That snake was Ziggy, died. No sé qué pasó. I just probably wasn't taking care of it properly, I guess. He got a respiratory infection and se murió. Ziggy. He was like a, I don't know, 6 foot Burmese. I got that one from my buddy. The same guy that I should call. He was a mellow snake, dude. That's cool Burmese. Good eater. Mellow. There we go. Man, I'm drinking a lot of water. I didn't drink water yesterday, so I'm thirsty from that. I'm gonna get another water, guys. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Well, before I even do my insulin, I'm gonna check my blood sugar. Before I even do my insulin, and check my blood sugar also before I do. Hold on, guys.